To another thing. Yesterday it was about chanting Gide Rice. Gide Rice. We want road, Gide Rice. We want this Gide Rice. Where we having governors in Nigeria, governors in the states in Nigeria coming together to chant President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's mandate come 2027. People are so disappointed that governors will come together despite the rise in insecurity, terrorism, hike in petrol pump price, food, commodity, everything is on the high. Bad roads, unemployment, no basic amenities. And they are chanting, on your mandates we stand. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027. They are already canvassing vote, campaigning for 2027 when we have lots of problems now that we need immediate attention. But no, some of them are skipping that because maybe they're not directly, affected. Okay, so the masses are suffering, but they are thinking about 2027. So the reactions to this particular video, I don't know what you will say, but let's see the video first.
Mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall stand.
Is this what we should be facing? Is this the kind of video that we should be watching? Is this what we should be seeing? It's okay that governors, converge to put heads together to talk about whatever in Nigeria. It's okay that they praise the government of the day, that they canvass support for the government of the day. Amidst what we are facing, amidst the present reality of Nigeria, even those that are not living in Nigeria are feeling the pains of Nigerians. So a house has collapsed and some persons are injured, and the priority of somebody that cares is to erect another structure. How about the forgetting the casualty? Forgetting victims of the house collapse? How about taking them to the clinic? How about catering to their need to make them feel better before you talk about erecting another structure? That's what we're seeing in Nigeria. So our cries, our complaints, would I say is falling on deaf ears? What we hear since the beginning of 2026 is 2027. We weren't even in 2026 yet when they started talking about 2027 election, and people were like, we've got 3 more years, we've got 2 more years, and now a year, and it's all over. What we're hearing all over, like good morning, like drinking water, is 2027 elections. How about the epileptic electricity experience that we're having? How about we talk about that daily and try to look for a way to help our electricity sector to stand still? How about that? How about that? No! On the mandate, what mandate actually? The right mandate, right? The mandate that Nigeria must be better than what it is now. That is the mandate that we Nigerians stand on. The mandate that we're going to have the basic amenities. That is the mandate that we stand on. The mandate that there will be elevation, that there will be poverty alleviation. People are suffering on the street. That is the mandate that we stand on. The mandate that the cries of the people, the cries of the electorate, the complaints of the electorate will be heard. And what they demand will be done. Well, if that's the mandate that they're talking about, that is the mandate that we stand on. That corruption and bribery will be on the barest minimum in Nigeria, that is the mandate. Free education, employment, companies, industries in Nigeria, that is the mandate that we stand on. Well, if there's a mandate that does not inculcate all of these that I have mentioned, rather the opposite, well, I don't know if that mandate is going to stand in Nigeria. Your voice matters. When you see what you're not supposed to see, what is not right, please speak up in Nigeria, because your voice will definitely be heard. Let us take comments about what you feel about this particular video that you just saw. I don't know what you think of it, but let's take some comments from social media. All right, let's take a few from Twitter. Ikara says, Nigerians are not serious about taking back this country. Okay, where did our country go to? Oh, Tony AJ says, they do not have the interest of the people at heart. Unfortunately, the people do not realize that, and by the people, I mean the sycophants, the thugs, the hype men, and the intellectuals. I don't know what intellectual is. Okay, that's from Tony AJ. Melvin says, if you think they care about you, just they play. Most of them are just after themselves and their families. Okay, we're not doubting that. EOD of all nation, and somehow this is supposed to surprise us. When politics becomes a permanent campaign, governance turns into a side hustle. Fixing power, jobs, roads, that's hard work with slow results. Elections, that's where the real priority suddenly shows up. All right? Stephen Williams, winning the next election is more important than governance. Why should they give Nigerians good roads, electricity, and an improved economy when they can share rice and every problem is solved? No, we're not going to continue with this. Stephen Williams. Uche Okoro says, governors convening not to tackle pressing issues like healthcare, education, and infrastructure, but merely to strategize for Tinubu 2027 elections. Under this Tinubu's leadership, Nigeria has seen the worst corruption and nepotism ever, while basic needs remain unsolved. A true giant of Africa deserves better. Coming from Uche Okoro. Okay, while we await you sending in your thoughts and reactions on this particular video, let us not keep quiet. Let us not say that, we are used to it. No, we shouldn't get used to lack of employment, poor healthcare systems. We're suffering, yes, and let's not suffer and smile. So let us not keep quiet. Let's continue talking about it, and hopefully it will get into the right ears, and the right ears will do something about it.